Hello, I'm Penny. I'm a fashion student. I come from Zürich. Today it's 24th of February. A fortnight ago, I went on a trip to Japan. It was amazing. I collected loads of ideas for my fashion collection project. And I discovered a fabulous fabric shop. Back to Zürich, I sorted through my photos from Japan. Over the next couple of days, I put together the images I had found and my inspirations in hipSpace. Ideas of colors, fabrics, looks, hairstyles and makeup. I had drawn 9 outfits for my project and I chose 3 to work on. Now back to today. First of all, I need a more neutral background to work against. hipSpace shows objects from the past as transparent objects. I recall the 3 models I've chosen. I'm going to start by putting some color on the first outfit. I click on the timeline to jump back in time. From there, I recall an object to the present. To do that, I simply click and hold the object for a second with the mouse, then drag it and drop it by releasing the mouse button. Hold the mouse down in the past, then drag and drop the object in the present. On the timeline, there are 2 time cursors, the orange search cursor and the red now cursor. I also use a keyboard shortcut to select search cursor. For the first model's look, I've drawn my inspiration from the world of fish. I'm going to take a quick jump back in time to look for something for her legs. There we are. I've got everything I need to work on my first model. The great thing about hipSpace is that I can interact with other applications. I can use my design software and drag my inspiration and patterns straight into it from hipSpace. Okay, scales and fish skin for the top. With hipSpace, I can bring all the objects I need together in the same place and time. As soon as I've finished my work, I don't need these objects anymore. Then I release them with the delete key. I repeat this process for the other 2 outfits. I'm thinking about that friend fabric shop manager I met in Tokyo. But I really can't think of his Japanese name. No results. I remember taking a photo of his shop. I know it's in iPhoto. By dragging it over hipSpace, I can see when it was used. Looking at the same time, I know I'll be able to find the fabric shop manager's contact details. I select the contact and come back to the present. Now I play the start of my presentation again, the part where I created my first model. I add the fabrics I need for my selection, and I add those I need to create my second model. To finish off, I choose the fabrics for the third model. Below the timeline, I can see the result of my time search. Clean and recall replaces all the objects in the current space with the selected objects. The objects are recalled to the last size and position used. Now I can write an email to Yukihiro and choose the fabrics I want to order from him. I use hipSpace time browsing facility to search for information, but as this little grey finder shows, the object I've selected is a reference. The original stays in a folder in the finder. I can also use the Add Objects menu to look for an object filed nearby. If the reference is already in hipSpace, the object will flash. In the Casting folder, I select a bookmark which will be useful. While I wait for a reply from Yukihiro, I put him on one side and I release all the fabrics. I increase the past period to recall my 3 models. I scroll down to close the past period. Now I'm going to work on the makeup for my 3 models. To do that, I'm going to browse through time in search of inspiration. I select everything that interests me. Then I click the Now cursor to recall the selected objects. I place them in front and then rearrange them. I love working in hipSpace. It's so simple. By opening this web bookmark, I can pick up the information I need now and drop it straight into hipSpace. I can bring all my sketches and searches and all my information together and organize it in time for all my projects, without changing the way I file my information. Now I use hipSpace. I find it such a logical and natural way of organizing and searching for information that I wonder how I ever managed without it.